I finally beat Legends of Cold Steel, or Trails of Cold Steel 2 today. The ending of that game was just, it's either it felt too long or it had two separate epilogues. So it was like two endings, which is weird. Like not two separate endings. So it was just like an ending with an ending song and then a whole like 4 or 5 hours of game, which is like, I'm guessing like there's one part it's taking characters from a completely separate Trails game, and it added and you play like an hour or two of that, and then there was a continuous ending of the original cast for the Cold Steel series, and then the very end confused the hell out of me because, well, I mean, I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but it just didn't make a whole lot of sense. So I had to look online on why the ending happened. I read that, I don't know if this is like a theory, but it made sense on what this guy said. The third game is about to start, maybe tomorrow. I spent about 30 minutes this past hour booting up Trails of Cold Steel 3, and it didn't ask me for a save file, so I guess I can uninstall Cold Steel 2 now. Right when the cutscene first started, I was like, oh wow, this is immediately going to be a better game, or a more improved game than the past two. And not only that, the combat system is, I would say, quicker. I need to get used to it right now, but it is definitely quicker in the long run once I get used to the controls. Mainly because it's not like a rotating circle thingy anymore. So, and not only that, like the control movements feel a lot more fluid. And not only that, you know, the world items that when you break open something, like they come to you immediately now. So that's awesome. I didn't think like how much like pressing a button to pick something up took up so much time, but instead, if people are gonna be doing that anyways, might as well make it automatic, right? But yeah, this is, well, in terms of gameplay, it's way better, and I'm gonna expect the story to be good, but who knows? I'm actually kind of excited to play it now, and I remember somebody talking about this particular game and how much they liked it, so here I am, about maybe a year after I heard that, to play this game. Last night I saw a dream, and I still remember it because it was kind of vivid, and it didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it was pretty interesting. It's like a beginning of a supernatural horror film, and it started off with like what actually happened. That part I don't remember, but it was like it was like a cold open of like a movie kind of thing, but I was actually there, but I wasn't taking part of like being part in that movie. Like it's not like a set or anything. It was like actually happening, and I feel like as if the story was real. And what I do remember is after this cold open, it started off with how the movie how the story actually started, and it's about like 4 girls that was on like a tour at some, I think it was like some sort of an aquarium type of place. The outside was made out of all these glass, and then there was like this, they had like a tour guide, I think. And as they entered the building, you know, they were at the, I wouldn't call it in line. There was like really, for some reason, nobody was inside the building. And as they were walking down the path to like the entrance, which is like this, it was like this big circular, I wouldn't call it circular. It's more like a dome shape, but you know, arena, but sideways. I don't know how else to explain it, but it was kind of shaped like this. and they were walking towards, I would say, the center, and then from the center area, you go downwards to wherever that place is. But before that, like, the glass started shattering, like, from the inside out, from the outside in, as if some apocalypse was about to occur. But there was no fire or anything, but it was. And then, like, I think the tour guide, I can't really tell, was like saying, okay, we gotta go, right? And then for some reason, and I don't know how this happened and how it made sense in the dream, but like, I think one of the girls had like grandmother or mother, like, on the other side of the glass, what do you call it? And then they were like saying, okay, we gotta go, right? It happened so fast, like as if like there was supposed to be feelings in between all this, right? But, you know, it's a dream, so like things happen so quickly and strangely. As it reached her mother or grandmother, it was like the background and all that started turning black, right, as they were going away. And then that was like the very beginning of like the setup of the actual plot. And that's when my alarm turned on, and I was like, oh, this was actually kind of interesting, but I didn't want to live through that. Actually, no, right before that happened, they were running away from the thing or whatever it was. But then, like, there was like this big gust of wind, and for some reason, like, I felt that like I was trying to run too, but then there was this big gust of wind just trying to like push us back, like, and then that part felt real. But yeah, that was a strange movie horror dream that I saw, or a beginning of a horror film, a thriller film. I can't really tell, but I wanted to share that because like it was so. When I woke up, I was like saying, "My God, I remember that so clearly."